show too. If you're not having a good time, wait. If you're not having a good time, you're wasting your time. You say that every night.
Relationships and situationships and all things. Thank you so much.
Big Daddy Yum Yum, 265 gallons of pure milk chocolate. And you are watching the Social Dose.
All right. As you can see, the man before me is Mr. Kendrick Thomas, and he is the founder of KT TV. What's going on, my brother?
Oh man, I am glad to be in the number one more time.
Bro, it's been a minute. And look, before we get this whole thing kicked off, I got to make sure I give you your flowers. And I'm big on that. And 2025 is the year of recognition for
Yes, sir.
me. I think it's something that everyone deserves. And it's something I think that a lot of people don't do in general for people who really deserve it. Man, there's a lot of people out here putting in work. And you one of those people that's been doing it. For those that don't know, like say KT, we went to high school together.
Yes, sir.
And he was one of the first bros to actually come on uh, the Social Ghost platform before the different networks kind of sprouted away from it, man. You came on. I really appreciate you for that. And man, like I said, I got to give you your flowers. I let everybody know a little bit about you. All right,
Yes,
man.
sir.
So for those that are watching, this is Kendrick Thomas. He's born in Shreveport, Louisiana, to a single mother at the age of 15. Kendrick faced violence, murder, drugs, and gangs daily. With all this going on around him, Kendrick knew that he would need to find the intrinsic motivation to one day leave Shreveport and do great things for the world he lived in. So we're going to fast forward to 2019. Kendrick is not only a school administrator in Houston, Texas, but a certified life coach, speaker, and mentor. He leads the GREAT Boys Club in Alief IS Independent School District and works countless hours speaking with at-risk youth, leaders on his campus, in his district, and throughout the city of Houston. Kendrick's passion is showing young people that through intrinsic motivation, there is a way out of every situation that you're placed in. Through his podcast, Daily K, and the KT Teev radio show, which reaches thousands weekly, Kendrick takes his passion for showing young people that through intrinsic motivation, there is a way out of every situation to another level, a level that is life changing. Kendrick speaks to school leaders, community members, and entrepreneurs across the world about how vital it is to give back to the community. The skills, the passion, the firsthand applicable experience, and the interconnections Kendrick brings is what makes him one of the most sought out speakers in education and advocacy in the city of Houston. So I had to do that first, KT. I had to let
Yes, sir.
everybody
Yes,
know, man.
sir. Yes, sir.
My boy been doing it, man. You've been doing it for a minute, man.
Yes, sir.
So, man, before we get started talking about KT Teev, man, tell us a little bit about how you doing and what motivated the beginning of KT Teev.
Yes, sir, man. I've been doing good, man. Just grinding it out. Been really thankful for this AI as we kind of move out the stuff, and so you don't have to really duplicate yourself that many times. Sometimes it's great to sit it and forget it. So been doing good, brother. Just learning and hustling. And as far as one of the things that motivated me to do the KTTV, I always wanted to like get my voice out there. And so I was talking to some friends about it and we kept pushing it off and pushing it off. And so my brother committed suicide. And then one of my best friends died like the same week. And so, man, I grieved for about a month straight. And after that, all I did was sit on the porch with me and my friend Antonio. Shout out to Lope. And look, man, we had that microphone in between us, and that's how I launched the first podcast.
And that was in the tender year of
2019. Yeah, it was 2019 on my birthday, man, July 1st, 2019.
And look, man, you've been rolling ever since.
Ever since, bro. I'm talking about, look, like I was telling you, I just got through being talked about for the podcast at my board meeting in the school district last night because we still rolling, bro.
And see, and that's what I'm talking about. And look, before we get into Education Unleashed, man, what has been some of your trials and tribulations of being an entrepreneur?
Man, for me, I would definitely say the biggest piece has been knowledge. I've been an educator all my life, man. So being able to getting into like media or getting into the print or everything that it goes with going with that realm, I really had to kind of learn myself. So we talking countless hours of just videos, just practice. Really, man, I gave up my first year of life doing this because I edited every week. So just progressing. But the biggest piece has been that knowledge, man, of how to find it. And then applying it, just going through that cycle for everything I need, from editing the video to mastering to even promoting and marketing. So that's been the biggest woe, man.
All right, man. So before we move further, for someone who wants to get into media, what type of information would you provide them?
So for me, the biggest piece is just having that plan, right? And so as an educator all these times, I understand the importance of that lesson plan. And so for me, getting anybody new into this, we have to get together and we got to go through a template. So for me, as I help people come behind me, I help people start podcasts, and I created a template, right? And so that template starts with one, why? Why do you want to do this? Then, you go through your target audiences. Then you got to go through what you want to call it, and what kind of people you want to attract, who is it for. So really, the biggest piece for me will be taking people through that template and then having them think through all of those pieces before they even begin to pick up a microphone or put a camera to their face.
All right, so like I said, you've been in the media game for a while too, and you were in the media game during COVID. So how did COVID affect or benefit you while you were actually establishing KT Teev?
Mm-hmm. Man, so you think about starting in 2019, I would go down to a friend of mine apartment complex, and I would rent out her boardroom. or she'll just block it out for me, and I would do interviews for maybe like 4, maybe 5 hours straight, right? And so I would run maybe 5, 6 interviews for the season. And so once I did that, um, I would. That's how I kind of did it. But then 2020 came. You can't go in person no more. So then I had to figure out, how do I get this thing online? How do I go virtual? And honestly, man, that opened up the world to me. And so during the pandemic, I remember I was working with students. I mean, working with teachers, working with educators around the world. Really, I did a podcast for Saudi Arabia, Anchorage, Alaska, but all of these places. And I even did one in Brownsville, Texas. And so it was Houston Public Library saw what I did with their podcast, and we talked about resources. All then was about getting school districts resources. And dude, do you know that the Houston Public Library sent resources about 12 hours away to South Texas, man, because they seen the podcast and what those people needed, bro?
Oh wow, man,
Yeah,
that's amazing.
yes, sir.
Man, that's amazing to hear, bro. So what you also being a podcaster, content creator, um, you also are a radio personality. For those that don't know, you're also a radio personality, which ties into our world of media. So, with you being exposed to meeting different people, being able to get out there and kind of mingle with people, you start to branch off and actually establish other podcasts under KT Teev. And we
Yeah.
want to talk about Education Unleashed. So tell us about
Yes, sir.
Education Unleashed, what motivated it, and tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so for me, as I got into podcasts, and so under the KTTV umbrella, man, we talked about finance, we talked about health and wellness. It was so many things, but really, I wanted to go back to the basics because education is my world, right? And so when you think about the importance of that community, I wanted to make sure that I was speaking to the community and giving of from my gift, but also giving from my knowledge base, right? So how can I give people things that they can go back and use immediately and apply? And so through Education Unleashed, we're talking about all facets of education. And so that way I'm able to pull in stuff for the students. I'm able to pull in stuff for the parents, whether it's special education, regular education, study tools, daycare, tutoring, anything that we know that benefits families, that benefits the community. I try to have it on Education Unleashed. But not even cutting it out to only education, right? Because that covers pretty much anything that we find deemed necessary. But mostly it's just been educators on there. But we also have educators that come on and talk about finance, right? And so how do we work our teacher salaries and all those pieces, man? So it's been a good thing.
And man, and with you producing Education Unleashed, man, I was like, man, that's beneficial because on this platform, and I want to ask you a question, man, does that give other educators, um, I guess, the platform to maybe vent or express concerns, maybe
Mhm.
development of things that may need to happen in education?
Yes, yes. We always talk about how can we move the needle. We got a lot of things going where they just pushed out school vouchers, or we just had a bunch of house bills that came out. That kind of changed up the way we do education here in Texas. And so we are always vocal on here. Because we can't skip around the problems because a lot of the times they affect our brown and black boys and girls, right? And so we have to
Right.
kind of face these head on. And I always look at it as in two heads is better than one. And so I also try to make sure that the content is relevant. So I go and try to find people who are in education that are in those arenas that really can bring on a good point of view and some good thoughts as we talk about some of the issues and challenges that we face in education.
And see, one thing that, you know, I think that a lot of people may know and not recognize, not only are y'all educators, man, y'all babysitters, role
Yeah,
models, like
yeah,
y'all carry so many titles. I
yeah,
mean, how is it with you being an assistant principal and actually, being a teacher, a former teacher, or however you want to categorize that yourself? How much pressure do you feel daily going to school?
yeah. Oh man, I mean, after doing it, and I thank God, this is like year 24 or 25, one of them. Oh, so not a lot of pressure, because at this point I understand that it's an ever changing game. As parents get younger, as the culture changes, then a lot of that comes inside of the school, you know. So thinking about sometimes we get crazy stuff happen from TikTok challenges, and we got to understand that that's like real life, right? And so
Right.
just kind of not letting anything surprise you or catch you off guard, but kind of understanding, okay, this is real life. Let's deal with it. Let's address it. Plus, you know, always leaning on my team too. So that's the biggest piece, man. Understanding that I can't do it by myself.
Okay, KT. So for those people that are actually watching and listening on radio on SGR 81.4 FM The Heat, man, tell us something about KT that nobody else knows. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be a guilty pleasure, a hobby, something that someone doesn't know about you that you share with the social groups that will stay here with us and keep you in the history of what we do.
Man, people may know, man, but a lot of people don't know, dude. At one point, man, I was an extreme couponer, dude.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like, dude, I remember that show, man. I used to have like a whole room in my house dedicated to like lotions and washer powder. Dude, I remember I didn't buy lotion, man, for at least about 5 years, dude.
Oh wow.
Yeah, man. So I mean, that was one thing, bro. A lot of people don't know because it just was a long time ago. But yeah, bro,
Yeah.
I did it, bro.
Hey man, you was about saving that dollar. I understand, man.
Yeah,
You get the
man.
best bang for your buck.
Hey, look, I was killing them, man. It was crazy. It was crazy, dude. Just like on TV, man, dude. I went, you know, CBS. They give you like the receipts and they show like maybe for like the fall or the spring. Dude, I was
Mhm.
at 98% savings for the whole season, bro.
Oh wow. So
Yeah,
what
man.
made you stop? What made you stop couponing?
Man, I don't know if you ever seen the movie, but it was a movie about these ladies and they started making all these fake coupons and dude, they made millions of dollars off these fake coupons. So, but once that came out, because I was going through when they did that in real life, and dude, they changed the game, man. So then the whole couponing came. They started just getting more like, cause you could use like 4 coupons at one time. They made it where you can only use 2 at one time, or you can't do this. It just started getting too much thing work. And then now people got different rules at different stores. It was too much, man.
I understand that. Man, so lately I've been seeing on social media, man. So Education Unleashed, is this season? What season are we in, or is it seasonal? Because I know I've
Oh,
been seeing a lot of publicity about it.
yeah, man. I wouldn't even say it's seasonal, man. Yeah, man. I just come back every year. But I wouldn't say seasonal, man. I just try to go throughout the school year, just talking. And so this, I want to say maybe 4. If we did look at seasons, this probably would be about season 4, man. Like the 4th year
If
of
we
me
were
doing,
okay,
because each year, the last 3 years, this is my superintendent's third year, I want to say. And so each year, this will be his third time on, man. So I think I was going one more year before he jumped on with just Education Unleashed solely. But yeah, I'm so thankful, man, that people like that come on and he commit to going every year for the season kickoff. And that's how we get that thing going back for all the teachers, man. With giving them a word.
okay. So look, before I let you go, I want to ask you, man, with you being in media 6 years, the amount of time that you've been in, what has been some of your most memorable interviews? And before you say that, man, I really want to say I appreciate it. Like I say, KT know that I'm a big time wrestling fan, man, and he actually bridged that gap for both of us to interview not Booker T, Stevie Ray of Harlem Heat, man. That was
Yeah.
awesome. That was
Yes, sir.
awesome. Man, I really
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
that.
Yeah, but I had to call you in for that one, man. I say, man, let me get this boy out here, man. But dude, that one was one of my biggest ones to just say, man, like, you know, we grew up watching this dude, man.
Right.
Being able to connect with Garfield from the group Shy, man, and have him on the podcast and work side by side with him and have him on the board of my nonprofit. Being able to interview him and make that connection was one of my biggest highlights because I remember singing his songs in talent shows, man. You
Yeah.
know, and so yeah, those had to be some of the biggest ones, man. But then, like I say, just having my superintendents on, both of them this past week, being able to have my entire school board come through, well, most of the school board come through that was available. Man, it's them the moments I live for, man, as we push this thing out to focus on our community, man.
All right, man. Like I say, that's our show. Look, KTTV, y'all. For those that are tuned in, located or based in Houston, Texas. Because once
Yes,
again,
sir.
as you heard, he's been doing things in Saudi Arabia, Anchorage, Alaska. So he's all around. Now,
Yeah.
for those that may want to get in contact with you to maybe get an interview on Education Unleashed or just to get an interview with you, man, what's your preferred method of contact?
Man, go to kttv.com, ktteev.com. And there they'll be able to kind of leave me a message. They'll be able to kind of chat with me back and forth. Yeah, kttv.com. Let's do it.
All right, man. Is there anything else you want to leave us before we close this session out, Mr. Thomas?
Just a reminder, man. Be patient with yourself, right? We did. Hey, dude, the myth never goes away of how we eat an elephant, one bite at a time. So, in this go world, be patient with yourself.
Hey man, you heard it here first. You already know when you get the call, you up. Like I say, y'all be seeing Mr. KT TV again because we have another podcast coming out. Who I love, I don't discuss. And when I
Yeesh.
bring him back on, we're gonna talk about love and education. So y'all make sure y'all be on standby for that. Hey man, once again, like I said, I really appreciate you, man. You
Sir.
already know from one media company to the other. If there's anything we can do for you, you already know. And likewise, and like I said, I appreciate you allowing the social goats to promote content on your channel. That's
Yes,
really
sir.
huge. Like I say, for anyone that's in this game of podcast and radio, please reach out to KTTV. He has a lot of resources in the big city of Houston, Texas.
Yes,
Hey
sir.
man, I appreciate you, bro. We about to get up
All
out
right.
of here.
Yes,
We
sir.
go.
Appreciate you.
Holla.
All right.